Hello, Covington students. My name is Salmaan and I am a sounds dad, and I'm an intellectual property attorney or IP attorney at Wrigley in Chicago. And the picture below is a photograph of the Wrigley Global Innovation Center where I work in Chicago. And most of my work involves patents. So, what is a patent? Well, a patent is an award given to an inventor by the government. So when an inventor comes up with an invention, he asks the government to give him a patent, and if he gets one, for a certain amount of time, no one else is allowed to make, use, or sell the inventor's invention without that inventor's permission. And like I said, this is just for a certain amount of time, so there's sort of a trade here. The inventor gets to keep everyone else from using this invention for a certain number of years, but after the patent expires, everyone, the whole general public, gets to use that invention. Now, the requirements for getting a patent are basically what we have here. First, the invention has to be original and unique. It has to be something new that nobody's done before. It can't be obvious, and it has to serve a useful purpose. So part of what I do is work with inventors in my company to help them focus their research and get them patents on their inventions. And once we get those patents, I also make sure that our competitors aren't using those inventions. And these competitors, they have their own patents as well. So another big part is to make sure that my company is not using other companies' patents. And another aspect is to help protect my company's trade secrets. I don't think I have time to get into what trade secrets are for today, but and then finally, just overall, I help guide my company's research in new areas of innovation. So the impact of my job on community and society can be traced back to the Constitution, where the whole reason for our patent system is to promote the progress of science and the useful arts. So the patent system basically creates an incentive for inventors to invent. It drives scientific and technological progress and encourages cutting edge research. So to be a patent attorney, you need to have a scientific background, which basically means a degree in a scientific field like biology or engineering or computer science. My background was cancer research. I worked as a cancer researcher for several years before I went to law school. And so, of course, you also need a degree in law, and all lawyers have to pass a state bar, but patent lawyers have to take another bar. They have their own patent bar, which kind of makes it special. So who do I interact with? Well, obviously I work with scientists who are the inventors on our patents. I work with attorneys and patent agents at the United States Patent Office and with attorneys at outside law firms that help support my company's work. And I also work with the corporate executives to help guide and direct Wrigley's research and development. So what do I like most about my job? Well, I love working with inventors on cutting edge technology. I'm always learning new things. As a patent lawyer, you see new and interesting technologies come across your desk every day. And finally, of all the different kind of lawyers out there, patent lawyers are by far the nicest. So I've got some really great coworkers. So now let's go over some interesting facts about patents. We'll do this in the form of some questions here. So the question here is, who is the only U.S. president to have a patent? Is it A, Jimmy Carter, B, Abraham Lincoln, C, Woodrow Wilson, or D, Barack Obama? All right, everybody have their guess? Well, the answer is B, Abraham Lincoln. So when Abraham Lincoln was a young man, he was on a flatboat going down the Mississippi River, and it ran aground. This happened to him again some years later, and he was kind of sick of that. So, well, having had this experience a couple of times, he thought about it, came up with a new design, for a boat so that would avoid running aground, and got a patent for it. Smart man, great president. Well, the next question has to do with smartphones. You guys are all familiar with iPhones, Samsung Galaxies, and so forth. So the question is, how many U.S. patents are there covering smartphone technology? Is it A, 250, B, 2,500, C, 25,000, or D, 250,000? All right, the answer is D, 250,000. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that all those patents are being used in smartphones. That's just how many patents were applied. A lot of those patents are probably pretty worthless, but a fair number of them are found in the iPhone. They're found in the Samsung Galaxy, and as you may know, the Apple and Samsung have been fighting back and forth like cats and dogs over each other's patents. All right, last question. Why did the motion picture industry establish itself in Hollywood? Was it because A, it's where the movie stars all lived? B, because, well, earthquakes are fun? C, to get away from Thomas Edison and his patents on the movie making process? Or D, the weather? Well, you might guess, based on the theme of this presentation, that the answer is C. So I'm sure you've all heard of Thomas Edison. He's one of the greatest inventors in history, and he's the inventor of more than 1,000 patents, and a lot of those patents were directed to the filmmaking process. And one thing about Edison was that he was very aggressive about protecting his patents, and he let the filmmakers know that if they used them, that he would come after them in court. But at that time, not all states treated patents the same. In California, the courts let people get away with using other people's patents, so the filmmakers picked up shop and set up in Hollywood, where they knew that they were pretty safe from Edison and his patents on the movie making process. And that's how Hollywood was born. So that wraps it up. I'd like to close with this photo of Hassan and his family when they visited me at the Wrigley Global Innovation Center. This is a photograph of the atrium. And I hope you found this interesting, and thanks for listening.